Hello everybody and welcome back to World of Warships Legends. My name is Spartan Elite 43 and tonight we are back in Colombo. And it's been a while. We haven't played Colombo in a while and I don't know why. I just kind of let it go. I've heard a lot of people talking about how the Colombo is not as good since they nerfed it back in the day, and I just don't agree. I think the thing is still fantastic. I don't know why more people don't play it. But doesn't mean I can't take it out and have a good time. So that's what we're going to do. So we are on Estuary, and you guys already know that this is my favorite map. I personally love Estuary, and it does a really good job for the Colombo in particular, but we'll go over that in a minute. First, I'm gonna get real with you guys for a moment. A lot of you guys probably already know this, but I've been pumping out content like crazy because I've been struggling. Okay, this year has been rough for the channel. It's still growing, the channel's still growing, but the overall revenue from the channel has dropped off considerably from YouTube. Many different reasons for this, but needless to say, I've been looking for other outlets to try to make money, essentially. And tonight, an offer kind of fell in my lap. My workout partner has an issue with one of his employees, and he kind of hit me with a job proposal. He says he doesn't know anything just yet. If they decide to move on from the person, then he would like me to see if I could step in and try to do the job. I have no experience in the field that he works in, but I could absolutely pick up and learn it, and I have no doubt in that. But if I do that, it's a job that requires so much time that there is almost zero likelihood that I would be able to continue the channel at the pace that I've been going. Not saying that it stops completely, because I still enjoy what I do, but the amount of videos that I produce would drop off considerably. This would no longer be my primary source of income. This would no longer be really anything more than a hobby at that point. So it's a big decision. And like I said, there's no guarantee at this time. But it's something that I have to consider. I'd be stupid to not take up the job as we reach out and slap that Schlieffen's broadside. So we've already pulled the trigger twice, and we've got 59,000 damage. Yeah, I think this ship is still pretty good. I could be wrong, but I think the Colombo is just fine. But anyway, we're going to try to put ourselves in position here. You can see we got, I think it's an Alaska that's on the inside of us, and then we've got the battleship on the outside of us, and so, like, I'm trying to navigate around them without causing too many issues. And you can see my smoke firing penalty is fantastic. So I can sit here in my smoke and shoot these guys and not be spotted. I do want you guys to kind of pay attention as to what happens in this match, because it is going to be one of those matches that kind of makes you scratch your head. Because not only does this Schlieffen go full Schlieffen, which you should never do. You never want to go full Schlieffen, especially at the beginning of a match, because it just ends badly, right? As he eats a wall of Shima Torps and ends up going down. But you can see everybody is actually kind of getting back into it. Now you can see all three of us were kiting, and all three of us are now, well, two of us are turning back towards the enemy, and the third one is still undecided. But slowly they're deciding to go towards the enemy as well. But rather than follow these guys around the outside edge, I don't do that. What do I do instead? I double back. Why do I double back? It's pretty straightforward and simple, folks. I double back to create a crossfire. If all of us are in the exact same location on the map, we don't have a crossfire, right? We've talked about this all the time. You can see Ohio is running for his life right now. He's like, there's a Shima in the cap. I don't want anything to do with it. Now, Shima up to this point has done a fantastic job. Up to this point. He's about to take all of that and throw it out the window in the next couple of seconds here. Because as he's capturing the base, I don't know if he just gets like complacent, like he really wants to go for the Ohio, and he just forgets about the Mino. But we can clearly see the Mino sitting right there. It is a smoke Mino, so it's not a radar. And this destroyer is going to put himself in the perfect position to get countered by the Mino. And he's turning towards him. So this is mean he's actively going towards the thing that will murder his face. It makes no sense, man. And these are the decisions that I shake my head at. Like, out of everything that you could do in the match, you choose willingly to go after and 5 overpens on a Mino. Man, that guy he got to go play the lottery. That's ridiculous. But Mino immediately sends that man straight to the Shadow Realm, as he should. And do you think he's going to hit the torpedoes? Does he kill the Mino? No. I don't even think he landed a single torpedo. But you can see I do get spotted by the Mino in the gap, so we know he's right there. And you can see I'm already aiming, anticipating him getting lit up. And as soon as I look away, of course, that's when he gets lit up, firing his guns. But we are able to clutch shot over the top of the island, and, wait for it, you've got to be 8 more overpens. If this is me and the Mino, I'm a dead man 70 times over. This is ridiculous. How the heck has this Mino gotten away with this? That man has been caught 3 separate times by 16 rounds and still has not died. That is incredibly unfortunate. Speaking of incredibly unfortunate, you can see that we are about to settle into a crossfire ourselves. Now, I want you guys specifically to pay attention to the Alaska, okay? That Alaska that's behind us, he's going to be very, very much questionable for the rest of this match. Now, we know there's Yama over here on the right, so I'm getting ready to help my team if I can. If he stays broadside, I should be able to clap him. And as soon as I start even looking at him, you can see I kind of prematurely hit the smoke here. Anticipating the Mino coming around the corner and potentially spot me, but then he reverses because, again, Alaska's right there to slap him because Alaska, remember, Alaska and Stalingrad, they overmatch the Mino too. So Mino is in trouble because if you bow tank an Alaska and he overmatches you, he can easily send you to the Shadow Realm. But as you can see, he's reversing. I've got a good line of sight on him. So we take and fire 2 shells at him, and then we fire the other 2 guns over here at the Ohio. And of course, that the moment that I fired the 2 shots at the Mino, that's when they decide to finally kill him. We did get spotted momentarily by the Yama, but the Yama ends up going down, so now we are no longer spotted. Now, we know there's a Conqueror over here. We know there's an Ohio on the flank, and we know that there's some other ship here that we don't know. The Gdansk is hanging around, which is not ideal, because if he continues to put himself in a position, he could probably be a problem for us. But up to this point, this is a relatively even game, which is weird enough as it is. But that just goes to show that this map is really good, right? Oh, God bless America. Never mind, I take it all back. It's horrible. No, Gdansk does Gdansk things, and yeah, it's unfortunate. But anyway, he's going to swing back around. We're going to take a shot at him, anticipating him running towards us. We end up somehow missing every single shell, which, actually, no, I lied. We hit 1 shell. But you can see Conqueror ended up moving up around the corner. The Gdansk is going to sit in the corner there. And then you've got the battleship coming over from the left, as well as a second battleship, which we know is Ohio. Now, look at the positioning of our Alaska. Now, I'm not saying he's not doing anything out there, because if he's the one spotting the battleships right now, he's absolutely capable of shooting them. And they are clearly coming for us, right, over here towards this side. Now, their team currently has the lead, but I have to wait for backup. If I charge straight in, I'm dead. I can take a lot of damage in this thing, but I gotta be smart about this. And you can see I'm requesting support. The battleship that spawned with me has doubled back, and it is just sitting there. I don't know what he's doing, right? Like, it makes no sense sometimes. You can see now I'm spotted by Gdansk, and so I'm just reversing to try to limit who can engage me, right? We know the Conqueror is going to be able to lob shells over the island anytime, so we're just trying to limit who can engage us. We're expecting the 2 battleships to come from the edge. We've got the Alaska out there on the far edge, and again, there has to be a sense of urgency at some point from your team when it comes to points. All right, we have 6 minutes left in this game, which seems like a long time, but it really isn't. And you can see Preußen is actually getting engaged by the battleship behind us at this point, so that's good news. He's in a position where he can help, which is fine. Now, Ohio is a lot closer and is going to try to YOLO us, so I've got to keep that in mind. And Preußen is going to beach himself on this island ahead of us. Look at him. Because he's so worried about getting all of his guns to bear all the time, he's going to run himself aground. So we're just simply going to wait. Now, I have a smoke screen here, and he is right on the edge of our smoke firing penalty, so as long as I don't go too far forward, Once he's beyond 10.9 kilometers, I fire the guns, and we don't get detected. That is how strong this ship actually is. And look at that. Beautiful salvo straight into the superstructure. Ohio is right here closing in. Again, just trying to YOLO rush. Not worried about that. As soon as he gets around this corner, we'll deal with him. But for the time being, we are now guaranteed to be spotted when we fire our guns again, because Preußen is now within 10.9 kilometers and Ohio is way inside that. But I don't have a very good shot at the Ohio currently, and this Preußen is still absolutely begging for it. So we're going to try to get some penetrations, upper side plating towards the rear of the ship here as he's reversing, and we get a decent result. Not the best result, if I'm being honest. But again, probably should have aimed further towards the superstructure there. I thought I could pin it a little bit better than that, but as Ohio comes around the corner, I mean, this guy's just absolutely begging for it. I don't know what his thought process is, but he's clearly not. As he comes around the corner, far too over-angled, we just send him straight to the Shadow Realm with no citadels, by the way. Don't even need to citadel him. 10-fold penetration sends that man straight to the drink. And as he should. I mean, you can't give that kind of angle up. I don't care what your reasoning for it is. Like, you're shooting at a full health ship with 2 guns. You think that you're actually going to dev strike that ship? Most likely not. Even if you get citadels, you're most likely only going to hit 4 citadels maximum, right? 4 citadels is not enough to dev strike most battleships at the tier, right? So, giving yourself up in that situation is silly. And he's put his team at a little bit of a disadvantage here, but, again, the downside is my team is already kind of throwing here, because the guy that was on the right defending the cap, he's kind of disappeared. The Alaska is still out there and still pushing the flank, but he's way out there. And this battleship next to me is also just kind of like, we're all shooting the Preußen, which is a good thing, because we can get rid of him pretty quickly. But unfortunately, we're down on points, and we just haven't had a chance to really claw our way back in. And so what we're going to have to do is put ourselves in a position where we can potentially kill these guys, and then move into a position to finish the rest of their team off, because capturing the base at this point is useless. But I know the Gdansk is close by as well, so I can't afford to just run into a wall of skill as I come into this gap. And we know that we're going to kill the Preußen on the next salvo, so that's not that big a deal. Conqueror is still doing Conqueror things. We get a beautiful shot here. Front guns only. Send him to the Shadow Realm. And now we use our damage control to get to... God, I just lost my train of thought. You guys ever have that happen? In the middle of talking and just immediately just go blank? But we used our damage control to put the fire out, and as soon as we do, the Conqueror hits us. We got lucky. But look at the Schroeder just... Why are you doing this if you're the Schroeder? There's no upside to this. None. And yet he gets away with it. I have no idea what went through that man's mind, but it was about to be 15-inch Italian armor piercing. And somehow he survives. That man has 0 hit points. But again, I know that capturing the base here is not how we're going to win this match. So you can see I'm trying to push forward, trying to get into a good position. We've been denying the points, but I'm being shot. I'm going to get out of the cap here. I know the destroyer's in Charlie now, so I'm trying to put myself in a position to not only deal with the threat over here, but also potentially deal with the destroyer if I can make a good play here. But you can see Gdansk is right there. He's radaring me, unfortunately, as I get ready to come around the corner, and the Conqueror is able to lob the corner and finish me off. But I mean, I did everything in my power to give our team the chance. And if that Alaska had pushed up a little bit quicker instead of like going all the way out to the border for the entire match, he could have easily finished off that Schroeder, which then would have changed this entire outlook. Because then I'm not necessarily fighting the Conqueror. I could just dip behind the island and protect myself, and we win the match on points that way. But unfortunately, that wasn't the case. If we killed that Schroeder right there, this game ends and we're the winner. But because we weren't able to kill him, and because none of these guys were in position to shoot the Schroeder, they get away with it. You can see this guy's actually lost the turret in his Preußen as well. But yeah, this Alaska specifically needed to have a little bit more of a sense of urgency if he wants to win this match. Because he's fully capable of taking the hits. And he can easily kill, or could have easily finished that Schroeder off. Because like I said, I hit him, I just didn't kill him, and he already had no hit points. So you know that man is like on death's door. And if one good salvo would have been able to finish him, And then I wouldn't have had to engage those guys directly in the channel like that. I could have dipped behind the island like these guys did, and then we would have just won the game that way. But it's a game of ifs and wins, and if other thing happened, other thing happens, right? But at the end of the day, we still had a great game. This was one of the more fun games that I've had recently just because it was close. I don't mind losing games. And I love all the people out there that say, well, Spartan never posts a loss. Like, do you watch my channel? I post losses all the time. But but anyway, it's just one of those situations where I like to post games that are fun, and I like to post games that mean something too, something people can learn from. And I think this game is a good point to showcase, like, a sense of urgency, understanding how much time is left on the clock, what you need to do to win. A lot of people don't pay that much attention, and I think that showed in this one. But 227,000 damage, just showcasing the Colombo is still a fantastic boat. I don't know why more people don't take the Colombo out, but top of the leaderboard, can't complain about it. Preußen coming in second as well, and then of course Alaska clearly wasn't doing as much as we thought he could have been doing, as he's almost bottom of the leaderboard. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. If you like what I'm doing, punch the like button, leave a comment below, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and as always, I will see you in the next video.